Hey, Cesc and Julian here at PPL Smash Academy, and today we are going to talk about the PPL here at the Coffee and Talk.
Coffee and Talk, and we are Pura Vida, baby. Look at this beautiful cup.
What are you drinking anyways?
My beautiful chai latte at Pura Vida, one of the most delicious drinks at Pura Vida.
My wife drinks that.
And remember, I always tell them to put 2 scoops of passion and 1 scoop of love. And it tastes delicious. Today we're having coffee at the Padel Club.
Yeah, with a little bit of gossip.
I like it. And by the way, I used to have a cookie here and it's no longer here. I think he ate my cookie.
You always blame your cookie, buddy.
I used to have a cookie here. They didn't bring a cookie. Or you ate it.
They didn't like you, man.
You ate it. You ate my cookie, man. I'm dead serious.
They saw I needed to lose weight, so they gave me a cookie.
Come on, man. Those cookies are delicious.
All right, guys, we're here to talk about the PPL, the beginning parts of it, how they raise some funds, what the future is, and kind of what's going to take to get people to go and support the people and watch the tournament.
Well, let's talk about it. I mean, they raised Mr. Dorfman, the new owner of the PPL. He owns almost, I believe, 80%. I would love him to have him on the podcast. 80% of the PPL. There was a major shift last year, and he bought 80% of the PPL. He just raised, or the PPL raised, $10 million of new funding. So the investment is led by Left Lane Capital with investments from Cactus Capital, Gary Vaynerchuk, which is Gary V. It's a e-commerce marketing celebrity. Everybody knows Gary. Yes.
Smart.
Epic Padel, which is another new big paddle investment group. They're opening clubs everywhere. Right now they have one club in Sawgrass Mall, which is an indoor club with paddle and pickleball. They're doing something similar in Fairfax County in Washington, D.C. They're opening an outdoor facility, and they're opening other clubs around the country. And also the family office of Tony Tamer. Tony Tamer actually is an ultra club member. He goes, Tony and Sandy, they go to play almost daily to Ultra Paddle Club because I know him from there. I play with them quite a few times. Lovely people, and they really believe in paddle, and they're investing heavily in paddle. The idea with this is scaling, the premium club infrastructure and positioning the sport in a place where it's becoming a part of the American sports ecosystem.
So how much money did they raise?
So they raised, like we said before, and he forgot that I said that before, $10 million.
Okay. So let's go back. Let's go back from the beginning of PPL. We got to talk to a few of the owners. And what was the PPL at the beginning? What was the vision, and how did it change? And where are they now, and where are they going to be? Okay, so I think at the beginning, it was more of the local professionals here to play. Remember the first year, I think they had six franchises.
Yeah.
And they sold for a certain amount. And so they had local players, and can they play? And I remember it was pretty good. And then the second year, I think they wanted to step it up. And that's where we started seeing, some of these professional players coming to play in some of the franchises. I mean,
they went all out. They went from having only local players, which nobody would go and watch them. It was a sad story there.
I mean, there was local people there to support it, but not a big, huge crowd.
And we got to take into consideration paddle. We're going back 3 years ago. Paddle, it wasn't as big as it is now.
Right.
So last year they bumped it up, and they start bringing all these. The top.
It was a competition.
Yeah, it was.
This franchise got this guy. This guy franchise was like, it was like crazy.
Yeah, the top 30 players of the world. They brought it from the males and the females, the men and the women. They brought everyone here to compete. So like a paddle professional league, which I think it really bumped it up to another level.
It did, but it did. It definitely did when it came to competition. But what it didn't do, it didn't attract people to come watch, and that was the biggest thing. We've attended a few of them, a couple of them that year, and then the reason is it's just people here don't know those players, So it didn't attract the people that came in, and some of the events were, it was a little crazy, I would have to say. But for me, I mean, I loved it. I got to see some of the professional players. It was amazing. But they didn't attract some of the players, people there that they wanted to. So I don't think they got the results that year.
I think they're planting the seed for something huge that is coming.
100%.
They're seeing where the sport is going, and they're heavily investing on the sport for the long term. They're aiming, 5 years down the road. And if we take paddle to 3 years ago, to 2 years ago, to this year, 22. I mean, what is happening right now in 2024, actually last year, it was incredible. In 2025, paddle's exploding in the United States. I mean,
so those last 2 years, Mark Del Pilar was involved there, and he helped kind of get the PPL where it needed to go. And then you had,
but I don't think the vision was there yet. It was a little bit all over the place.
Yeah, of course. That's what we talked about. And then you had somebody that came in and bought a good majority of it out, and then we ended up seeing, and you hosted that tournament there in New York. And that was like night and day.
Yeah, night and day.
Night and day. I mean, it was in an area where it had tall ceilings. It was a controlled environment. It felt like the premier paddle. They did an amazing job. That was like night and day, right?
And I can tell you, because I was working there from the aspect of the organization, it was night and day. It was 100 times much better, well organized, and taking care of every single detail. Yeah, it was, because you were also in San Diego too.
Yeah.
And
big difference from San Diego to here, and even the one at Ultra.
Even the one at Ultra, I mean, these type of events, they need to be played in big places. You know what I mean, where you can attract people, where it's not.
So they just then they raised some funds.
Yeah.
So I think they're really looking at long term. They did it for those 3 years. They're feeling out the market. I think their projections was a little bit high when it comes to people going there and supporting it.
Yeah.
Right now, I think this country has a small percentage of people who actually watch, paddle.
Yeah.
The majority of them just do it to work out.
Yeah.
They're here to work out. It's another sport. They don't really watch.
Yeah.
So they're not there to support the players. Now, the other part is trying to find a player that is entertaining, and that that Americans or those 80% will kind of fall in love with, and then say, hey, I want to go see them.
Yeah.
So right now, a lot of the players are a little more serious. They're playing. I mean, you're looking for that, let's say Ronaldo, right? That is marketable and plays the crowd. I mean, you have Tolito here, but the other thing is the language barrier, right? So most of them speak Spanish. So you need the combination of them being entertaining, then speaking the language of English, and then them being marketable. To be able to pull these people, because back in the day, in the tennis, you had the McEnroes and the Connor.
Yeah,
those guys are characters.
Yeah.
And you want to go in there to watch them play for entertainment. And sometimes you even watch them there to lose, but you're there because you want to be there.
Yeah.
And I think we're missing that a little bit. I think that's going to come in the future.
I think it's part of the growth. I mean, if I compare paddle, the stage of paddle now to what it was tennis on the 70s, and if you go back to the early 70s, when paddle tennis wasn't really professional, they used to, all these Rod Lavers and Stan Smith, and they used to play in school gyms. They used to do this event because it wasn't really popular back in the day. But you go 10 years later, 20 years later, in the 80s, you got the McEnroes, the Connors, the Bjorn Borg, the Guillermo Villas, all these guys.
Yeah.
And tennis took the world by storm. And I think, paddle is in that stage where it's the future is bright. It's super bright, and we need these people to start making those investments, because we know where it's going.
They have it and looking for that future.
Yeah.
I think they see it. I mean, based on its growth, and some of them have played and get that feeling, and they understand that here in the U.S., if you go out there and play, you're going to get that same feeling, and you're going to love the sport. It's just not converting those people to support and watch, the players and these tournaments. That's, I think, the toughest thing, and that transition. It's going to take some time, and it's going to take some smart marketing. And I'm looking forward to seeing.
But it's coming. Look, I mean, I'm just reading a quote from Forbes magazine. Forbes magazine, one of the leading financial, magazines in the world. He says, about paddle. Coverage is not just media exposure; it's a signal to the financial, athletic, and innovation communities that paddle is no longer an emerging trend. It's a full-scale industry on the rise here in the United States. And I give you interesting number. Last year, they built only 400 courts in the United States. This year, they're projected to build almost 2,000 courts. So you went from 400 to 2,000 paddle courts in the United States. That tells you where the sport's going. And
also the players.
Yeah.
Last year was I didn't even reach 200,000 players. You know, this year and now we're looking at almost 300,000 players from the USA.
and it keeps growing. Yeah.
You know, when we first started, I was like maybe 30 or 50,000.
We're seeing clubs being built in places that you will never thought about it. I mean, Paddle House just opened in Nashville, Tennessee.
And we should know each club that opened. Now it's like it's hard to keep track.
Yeah, it's
you know. I think PPL is what we have. I think it's the long term. It's not grow with the crowd, but like I said, it's converting the people who are players to support and watch.
Yeah,
and that's gonna. I think, like I said, that's gonna depend on the players. The players really engaging with the U.S. market, creating entertainment, drama, whatever it can be, to get them to come and watch. Yeah, and I think that's going to be key.
So let's talk about what's coming up for the PPL in 2025 season. And I got the whole schedule, which is super exciting. So we're starting with, there are going to be 5 events, and I'm just reading this. 3 regular events, 1 All-Stars event, and 1 championship event. June 19th to the 22nd. It's going to be here in Miami, baby.
Yep.
Miami's coming with another PPL tournament. We still don't know where it's going to be.
I hope it's going to be in a controlled environment.
Yes, it has to be controlled.
That's the best thing, and I think it is going to be.
I mean, it has to be like the premiere where it's a controlled environment.
And then they use like a couple clubs to practice and stuff like that.
Yeah,
for sure.
July 24th to the 27th. We're moving outside. This is going to be interesting. We're moving outside the United States. They're going to Mexico City.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. It's in with the continent, but it's outside the USA. I mean, that's great. I think that's amazing.
So August 14th to the August 14th to the 17th, it's Los Angeles, LA. They're going to the West Coast. It will be interesting where they're going to be doing it. I mean, all these places, it's going to be interesting.
Again, when we did the New York thing, when they had the tournament there, again, it was a controlled environment, and it just looked amazing. And I think that's the best bet, man. Because look, you know, the years before they did outside, it was in the summer, it was blistering hot. You can't control
Ultra
the weather.
was brutal.
I mean, and it hinders people from going there because they're like, this is just too long.
Yeah.
You got controlled environment, you got the temperature there, you got food, you got, the experience. I think that's the.
I mean, in June 19th to the 22nd, it has to be indoors. I mean, in the middle of the summer, you will melt to pieces.
Brutal here,
So then on August, so it's back to back pretty much. August 14th to the 17th is LA, followed by August 28th to the 30th. They're going to the Hamptons, man. All-star game.
Baby.
I'm there, Hamptons, bro. Baby.
I'm there, man. New England.
So they're doing June, July, then August. What are they going to do? Send the players back and then bring them back? I mean,
I don't know.
How's going to be the logistics? I don't know. And then October 16th to the 19th in New York City, it's the PPL, the finals. Probably similar as what they did last year.
Yep.
Super exciting with this season calendar for the PPL. Looking forward to do some great content, create awesome content, and the PPL is on a great track to really becoming amazing paddle event worldwide.
I think PPL is going in the right direction.
Yeah.
So we look forward to seeing what they're going to be doing in the future. Thanks for joining us at Coffee and Talk. We'll see you in the next one.